You may or may not remember, I mentioned it briefly in one or two other videos, that the tape player in this control panel doesn't work. And I did have an old iPod Shuffle that I had with a little tape adapter in the tape player and was using it, and that stopped working. So, found one in a junkyard, another control panel, popped that out with a little bit of difficulty, and hopefully the tape player in that works. So, I'm going to show you how to swap control panels. But this time, I bought the radio removal tools. You can bend wire coat hangers or something like that into little U's and use that, but they're not as solid, and it can be kind of a pain in the ass when they start bending. Now, before you do anything, you want to first disconnect battery ground. Should loosen that up with an 8mm socket. Put it off to the side. Now you're good to go. Now what we do here is, you take your removal tools, and you stick one into each side of the control panel in these little holes. What you do now is you take both of them, you push them in at the same time, push them outwards to the side. And what happens when you push them out to the side, it'll pop the radio out. Now, when I pulled out this one in the junkyard, I didn't have these tools. I had to use some bendable pieces of metal. Like they say, you can use coat hangers and stuff, but they were really annoying because they weren't very solid. So you couldn't bend them very well. So now here what we do is take each one. I guess I can't really show it because I need to use both hands to do it. Basically, you're going to grab each one, push them in, pull them outward, and it's going to pop this unit right out. Alright, I got the unit out. It took about 3 seconds to pop it out. Just push them to the side, and you pull it outwards. Now, you're going to see a lot of clips, different things in here for all the wiring. Right there, those 5 things that look like wires are not wires. That's for your HVAC. Those are vacuum lines. If you're ever trying to look for any power to splice into, if you're doing any aftermarket electronics or anything, do not try to splice into any of those. They're not power. They're not ground. They're not anything. They're all vacuum lines. But you have that clip right there, that red clip right there, the clip that's holding the vacuum lines in, that little white clip down there, and then these 2 black clips. I found in the junkyard the best way to remove the black clips is remove this black one first, that's closer to the middle. Use a screwdriver to push this little tab in on the side, and it pops right out. Then there's another little tab on the side of this one, and you push that tab in too and pop it out. You have to pull this black one out first before you can pull this gray one out. This connector may possibly be a bitch to get off. It's the connector that goes right here. It took me forever to get the thing off. The one in the junkyard came right off. This one gave me a whole lot of trouble. Flathead screwdriver might be a friend. You just got to be careful because you don't want to break any plastic. I also forgot to mention just before, when you're pulling this white plug off, there's this little tab right on the side of it. To get it out, it's best to just push that tab in with a screwdriver, and then you'll be good. Just got these 2 connectors left now. Old unit's out. Time to put this one in. I'd call it a new one, but it's not really new. Came right out of another 96, in fact. Hope the tape player in this one works. everything's plugged in, ready to go back in. One mention, that clip on the side in the junkyard, like I said, we were having difficulty. We broke the clip. So I swapped the broken clip, which is right there, for a good clip that was on the old one. So I got two good clips on there. I think that clip might still hold it in, but I'm not entirely sure. It's got two little tabs on the ends that are broken off. But anyway, this is all ready to put back in. All you got to do is slide it back in, and it pops right in. Only thing you got to make note of is note that black rail on top. It fits into that slot up there. Now the unit's back in. Let's see if she works. I'm going to put the battery cable back on. Tighten this up. Tighten it nice and good. She ain't coming off. Engine revved high because the PCM's got to reset now, so I'll let it learn its idle. I'll test all this stuff out, change the clock after. Radio works. My presets are all still there. I guess the presets aren't saved in this unit because I still have all my presets after I changed the unit and everything. Anyway, check the vent. Vents work. Nobody will ever accuse you of spending a lot to slick ads. See, heat. Heat good. Turn the AC on. Idle's bumping, compressor's cycling. Defrost works. Let's go back to vent. Okay, HVAC works, radio works. Let me check all the buttons. Seek works. Tune works. Balance works. This works. Fade works. Set those back to where they were. Set the clock after I can look at the time. All I gotta do now is see if the tape player works. That is the whole reason I got this in the first place. Sounds just as good as always.
I'll play their latest Giving Up for you. Before long.
Alright, let's try the tape player.